So this is about a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Well, it started off about a boy, but, I mean, it's way
Who's the boy?
beyond about a boy.
Who's the boy?
Cameron.
And your last name, sir?
Simpson.
All right, so this is all about Mr. Simpson. This is all about Cameron, huh?
This is not all about Cameron.
It's not all about Cameron.
This is about an assault.
Well, wait a minute.
About physical
Louis, that's a great
violence.
story.
Ladies,
Why don't we start in the
That's
beginning?
not a story.
Ladies, this is a court of law. Cameron, Mr. Simpson,
Yes, sir.
did you have a relationship with Miss Owen at some point?
I did about a year ago. We dated for about 6 months. About 2 or 3 months into it, she started getting violent about anything and everything. And I don't know why I held on for so long, but since
I
then she's
forced him
been...
to stay in this relationship.
I don't need you to add
Absolutely.
it. You know what? What he's saying is basically he's trying to talk to me and you're interrupting him.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's just that
It's
he's
no
saying
jest.
that I'm
It's no
violent, and I'm
jest.
not.
So you're gonna overtalk me now?
Sorry.
You may overtalk Cameron, but you're not gonna overtalk Boss Ross. Is this why you broke up with her?
Essentially, that's what it boiled down to. She seems to think for some reason that it was because of Lori and that I cheated on her and things like that, but...
And we didn't go behind anyone's back.
He
Everything was
he doesn't need you to help him. He's a big boy. So on Monday, you were officially broken up with Miss Owen, and
Right.
by what, Tuesday, you were with Miss Parker, or was it more
was-
Monday evening?
It was more Monday of the next week, you would say.
Okay.
There was
Monday.
time in between.
There was some time in
Yes,
between.
sir.
Did you know that Miss Owens had a relationship with Cameron?
I did. I did not go behind their back. I was not trying to steal her man, as she
All right. So,
likes
Miss
to
Owens,
point
do
out.
you feel as though Miss Parker deliberately stole Cameron away from you?
Yes, I do, because this is what happened. 5 months ago, we went to a party.
Who's we?
We, the three of us. It was a school party.
All right.
There was a bunch of people there.
So you all didn't travel together, but you all were all there at the same
We
Yeah.
were all there at the same time.
All right.
Cameron came with me
Okay.
to the party. We had been together for 6 months. We went to the party together. We're at the party, and there's some alcohol, okay?
some alcohol. She was
Miss Parker,
passed out
don't
3
interrupt.
Sure,
hours
it's
into
my
the
turn to
evening.
Okay, you know
3
what? If I
hours
have to say
pretty
this,
sure
you all
it's my
cannot
first talk.
out-talk me.
Sorry.
Stop saying you're sorry and stop acting like a child. Continue.
We were all at the party. There was some alcohol there. I had been drinking. I was not drunk, but
What
I
are you
had
doing
been
drinking and you're 18?
alcohol at the party. I don't know. We just,
Okay.
everybody was doing it.
Well, wait, you got the 4th highest GPA, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right, so you're not someone who just follows the crowd, because most folks who have the 4th highest GPA in the whole school, and you make it a point to know that.
I was just having fun. We were about to graduate. I
All right,
mean,
I got it. There's
so
other ways
we're
to
at
have
the
fun.
party, and she goes after Cameron, starts hitting on him, and they slept together. And I found
not
out about
sleep
there were a
with
whole
him.
Miss
bunch
Parker?
of people
I did not.
Miss
at
Parker,
the party.
I don't want to hear your mouth.
There were a whole bunch of people.
How do you know that they had sex with each other?
Because everybody
Do
saw
you
it.
know for certain that
Yes,
they had
I
sex?
do.
And what are you basing that on?
I'm basing on people telling me that they had sex.
Okay. And you said you had the 4th highest GPA.
Yeah.
And so based on that, if someone tells you that they had sex, that's enough for you. You know for certain that they had sex.
Well,
with
he didn't deny it.
you. All right. Is that true, Ken?
Not true at all.
Oh my
All right.
God.
As soon as she came to me with that
So
accusation.
now something tells me that this whole issue with respect to Cameron caused this accident or this incident. Ms. Parker, what happened?
About 3 months ago, I was driving home from school. I'm about 2 blocks
Now,
away.
you're now dating Cameron at this point.
Yeah, we were 2 months into the relationship at that point.
And you're driving in your vehicle?
In my vehicle, Monica and a group of her friends tried to run me off the road, rolled down the window. They were yelling obscene things at me, calling me
They were in
slut,
another
whore.
car?
They were in another car. I felt that it was an unsafe situation,
Wait,
so
wait.
I
When
pulled
you
over.
were in your car, they're in their car,
Yeah.
and you can hear her calling you what?
I'm embarrassed to say, but like slut, whore, things that are not true.
And this is
Just
before or after the cars got in close proximity to each other?
This is during. She was trying to run me off the road. So I pulled over, thinking that was the responsible thing to do. We're on the road. We're behind the wheel. I thought that
Are
we
you
could
at the high
resolve
school
it
at this point?
2 blocks away from the high school.
2
We're both
blocks
going
away,
home.
okay. And so you
We
pull
were
over.
heading to the mall.
Don't interrupt her. And then what happened?
I got out of the car hoping to resolve it as an adult when we were not behind the wheel
How did you hope to resolve it by getting out of the car?
by talking to her face to face.
What did you say to her?
I didn't get a chance to say anything because her and her friends rushed me. I got hit in the head. I fell. As soon as I fell, they started kicking me, continued to yell. I hit my head on the pavement. I started to bleed. I think as soon as I saw the blood, they just scattered. I drove right home. My mom took me to the emergency room. I had to get 5 stitches. I missed, it was a Friday night, but I missed the next Monday in school because of it. And I'm here suing her for that money, for the $4,300.
You
Tell
haven't
him why
even-
you're suing
I'm
her.
still talking
just
right
did.
now.
When America's Court returns,
She's calling me slide drug user, get out of the car, come to my face. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now?
Don't
Tell him.
interrupt her again. You interrupt her one more time, you're out of here.
this is America's Court with Judge Ross. We're back with the case of Lori Parker, who is suing her high school arch rival Monica Owen for attacking her outside of school after stealing her boyfriend.
Do you have any proof with respect to these injuries?
I do.
Let's
I
take a
have
look.
my medical bill. And I also have the photo of the stitches.
Was Cameron in the car at the time, sir? Were you in the car, Mr. Simpson?
No, I was not. I didn't get to witness the actual incident, unfortunately.
All right, I see the documentation with respect to the emergency care, and we can take a look at the, we also have the injuries. These are the stitches on the top of your head?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at that. This is where you received some sort of cut? What's the status of your injury now, ma'am? I see you're wearing bangs, so it's
It's right here. I just have a scar remaining.
all right. And who paid for the emergency care?
My parents,
All right. Under their insurance?
partially under their insurance, partially out of pocket.
And so, if the insurance covered some of the monies, why are you suing for the total amount? Because you've already been compensated. What portion of the injuries did they have to
I would
pay out
have
of
to
pocket?
take that up with my parents. I can't give you the exact number. But I would like to say because
Why are you
of the
suing me?
Don't
Tell him.
interrupt her again. You interrupt her
Thank
one more
you.
time, you're out of here.
Sorry, Your Honor. It's just she's not telling the truth.
All right. So, did you hear? Did I stutter?
No.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Because of the expenses, my parents are no longer able to pay for my trip that I've orchestrated for my cheerleading team at the end of the summer. So
There's
I'm
a
no
trip
longer.
that you were going to do with the other cheerleaders?
Yeah, I planned it. We were going to New York for a week in
And what was
August.
going to be the expense involved in that?
Around $4,000, sir.
Oh, how convenient. It just happens to cover the amount of the injury that
I
the
don't see
insurance
why.
already...
I understand what you're saying, but I don't see why I shouldn't be able to go on a trip that I've been looking forward to. It's the pinnacle of my high school experience because I got injured because someone hit me. If we could stick to the point, which is the violence.
Well, no, then why not just say because I'm suing for the $4,000 to go on the trip? Why make it seem like it's about the emergency care when in fact...
Because if my parents did not have to cover the emergency care after insurance, there was additional. I spent the night in the emergency room. If they didn't have to cover that, I would be able to go on my trip.
So your parents are saying because they paid a deductible, they can't now spend $4,000 on a trip,
Yes,
so
sir.
you want Miss Owens to pay that money to go on that trip.
Because she hit me in the head.
Got it. Miss Owens, let me hear from you. Don't interrupt her.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Did you get out of a car with some other young ladies?
Yes, I did get out. First of all, my friends were not in the car with me. They were following behind me. We were going to the mall. Okay? She came out of nowhere and went right in front of my car and braked. So I had to stop the car. She gets out of the car yelling at me.
What is she yelling at you?
She's calling me slide drug user, get out of the car, come to my face. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now?
Watch
of
your mouth.
course- I'm sorry. So of course I get out of the car. So I get out of the car and I'm trying to tell her, I'm like, seriously, Lori, like, can you knock it off? Like, stop it. For the past 2 months since she's been dating Cameron, all she does in the hall, all she does in class, all the time, all she does is humiliate me. She's got her own little webcast that she's got going on. She actually invited me on the webcast so we can discuss Cameron in front of
So we
people.
can discuss
It's
and
all
resolve
about,
it as.
I thought I said before she started talking, I didn't want you to interrupt her.
It's all about humiliation with her. When there's a crowd, it's like, oh, look at me, look who I'm putting down, look who I'm putting down. It's all about that for the past 2 months, okay? I've been going through this at school. I'm telling her, stop, I don't care you're with Cameron. They can get married for all
But
I
you
care.
do care.
I really don't care. I cared in the beginning because he cheated on me. I cared about that.
You care
and then I
now.
broke up with him.
You care now.
I care now because I'm here. And she's suing me for that, which I did not do.
And coming up,
Then what do you want from me, Lori? Seriously. You have Cameron, leave me alone. Just let it be. She tripped herself and she fell on her door.
Aside from this being about Cameron, this is also about Miss Parker disrespecting you. You still seemingly feel like, but I want what she has.